Okay, so I gotta. All right, try that again. It's always something. Okay, so which one is this one? Hold on, guys. I'm still trying to set up some stuff, man. It's always something. It's okay though. We're gonna get it together. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, so that's okay. Okay. All right. So, okay, so that's ready for travel. Okay, so that's that one. Okay, so switched over here. After the watch. Okay. There we go. Now we can go live over here. Okay. All right. I guess it's not going to be able to leave a comment on that one. That's fine. Well, like 100 people are going to show up anyway. So. Okay, here we go. Let me know if you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up or type in something to let me know that you can hear me. Okay, bam. 43, bam. Okay, so we should be good to go. All right. World. All right, go live. There we go. All right, guys. Now we're cooking with fish grease. All right. Okay. This time it only took 5 minutes to get set up. So there we go. All right, I see one thumbs up, so that means somebody can hear me over there. That's good to know. That's good to know. We are live and in living color. 7:24, so we're ahead of schedule. So that's another good thing. All right, let me get the music jumping. Do. Yes, I am wearing Sexy Papa again. That's right. You know why? Because I can. That's why. And give it a couple minutes for people. I told everybody I was gonna come on around 7:30. All right, so whoever is okay, so this over here is Ready4AllTravel. Okay, so I got one viewer from Ready4AllTravel. I'm waiting on After the Watch to tune in. Let me know if the music's too loud or too low. How does that sound? Does that sound good? Okay, I shouldn't be whistling, right? I hope everybody had a good week. Give it a couple more minutes, see who else is going to jump in. Yeah, today has been a funny, weird day for me. All right, welcome. Come on in. The water's fine. Give it a couple more minutes, see who else jump in on After the Watch. I got 2 viewers from Ready4AllTravel. That's a good thing. Waiting on some viewers from After the Watch to jump in. They should be jumping in shortly. We actually 3 minutes ahead of schedule. So, and like I said before, just like all the other live videos, a lot of people tend to watch them after the fact. So that's not a big deal. That's fine. That's cool. Long as you watch, the algorithms are saying that you're watching. We still had the same problem that we had before. Bam, bam, bam. So what are the 3 issues? Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. So like I said, my camera here, you know what? Let me see if I can adjust my camera and bring it down. Let me see if I can't bring that joker down to eye level. Hold on. You know what? I know, guys. I know. It's so unprofessional. I know. So unprofessional. Oh, well. It ain't like it's 1,000 people watching, so deal with it. I think that might be better. Okay, let's see what that look like. Yeah, it's a lot better. So instead of looking up like last time, it's a better view. All right, there you go. I like that. Let me know is that view better? Okay. So we still got 2 more minutes. So like I said, guys, I mean, the way YouTube works, unless you been doing it for 10, 15 years and like you got your setup and it stays the same way, I'll be playing around with it. So I'll be making adjustments. I'm still trying to learn new stuff at the same time. So that's why I have some of these glitches and hiccups, whenever I'm trying to go live, when I cut the videos and stuff. You're looking at a person that started YouTubing about a year now. Okay. 12 months. Now to give you a little backstory on that, 12 months before, I didn't even know how to upload or download to Google Drive. It wasn't something that I needed to do in life. So had no clue. So to see where I am today compared to where I started, hey, I take it. 12 months ago, I only had one one subscriber, and that was my mother. Okay, now I got 100 on both channels. It's gonna grow. It just takes time. You have to be patient. Okay, so that's what we do. But it is Free Fun Friday. Free Fun Friday. And like I say, by Friday started off horrible. Like I say, for some reason I had a stomach bug or something going on, and it was like, man, I couldn't function. It was like my neck, my back, my head was hurting, my throat was sore. I had to do all of that. And my mama told me not to say that no more, but I'm gonna say it though. Excuse me. Told you I've been running. But yeah, I was in and out. I was in and out of, the Labrador. I guess that's how you say it, the latrine. So I was hurting all over, and then in North Carolina, we had a cold front come through. People up north call that a flurry. People down south call it a snowstorm. It was a dusting. Okay, we had a dusting, but the weather changed so drastically. Like in North Carolina, just the other day it was 60 degrees, and in a couple of days it's going to be 60 again. Okay, but right now it's in the 40s and 30s. Okay, yes, people up north like, ooh, that's summertime. They still walking around in shorts. We like bundled up like it's ice age. You see, so just got to put that in perspective. So my body, like hadn't really adjusted to the wintertime just yet. I think that's probably the reason why I woke up so miserable. I wasn't even able to go see my parents today because of that, because I was just horrible. I was able to go do my rides because everybody that tune into the channel knows that I have my own business, my own rideshare service also. Travel agent, YouTuber, my own rideshare service called Ready4AllTravel. Ready Riders. Ready4AllTravel is my travel agency. You see it in the back. Okay, so I didn't have that many riders today. I only had three riders a day. And then I had a phone in request ride, that I took care of. So a total of 4. So my regulars, I had 3, and I had a special request ride, which made 4. Hopefully she'll become a ready rider also, but she have found us online from the website and everything and requested a ride. And I took care of her and everything like that. So I literally was just like zero energy. And if you guys know me, that's the one thing that I don't fall short on, and that's energy. I go. And people look at me all the time like, how does he do it at such a young age? How does he do it? I don't know. I just do it. I guess it's because of all my time in the military, and once it's instilled in you, like you have an internal clock. Now, if you're a lazy person, your internal clock gonna tell you to get up at 11, 12, 1, whatever. But then you also stay up late. You stay up till 11, 12, 1. So it's all with their perspective too. Me personally, I'm normally in bed no later than 8:30, 9 o'clock, because I know that I have, I check my schedule and I know when I have to get up early, airport rides, 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, and things of that nature. So is it tough? Is it rough? Yeah, but I do it because I enjoy doing it. Once you find something in life that you enjoy doing, it's not work anymore. Now, is it lucrative? Does it pay a lot? No. But at the same time, I ain't hungry. Still got the likes. Still able to do all the other things that I want to do in life. So, and that's it, basically, So I get up and I do what I have to do. Yeah, you see it's sexy. I'm sexy papa. Yes, I'm wearing sexy papa again. Okay. And the reason why I'm wearing sexy papa again is because my grandbaby is in town. And it's like whatever low energy that I had, when I see her and she see me, man, we just light up. And we play, we laugh, we joke, man, we have a good time. And mind you, she's only 2.5. Not no, but it's just like, hey, I think she's been here before because she act like she's 12. But yeah, man, we have a great time together, And it's true. Once you become Papa, man, everything it's like a mechanism inside your body that shifts. You're not only a parent no more, or you're still always gonna be the parent, but now you Papa. You see, so I look at it like in an analogy like everything that you didn't do in retrospect that you feel like you did wrong, you get like a second chance to do it over again when you have a grandchild, if that makes sense. So that's why when you look at your parents, when they see their grandchild and you're like, who is this person? I don't I don't recognize that person. I have no idea who that person is. It's because we're getting a second chance to do things that we didn't know. Like there's no book or blueprint on how to be a parent. So it's basically trial and error. You basically piggyback off of your experience as a child with your parents, and you try to instill the positive things and try to disregard the negative things that you thought was negative, but actually most of the time it was things that you needed to know in order to survive this world. Okay, so, but, in retrospect, there's things that I feel like I could have done different, but like I said, we get do-overs through the form of your grandchild, you see. So when you get that chance to have that do-over with your grandchildren, man, it's so great. It's so fun. Like I said before, I walked through the door. I told you my body was aching and hurting from, like I said, I think I had a stomach bug or something, and I just wasn't myself. But like as soon as I walked in the door, I think I put something down, and I heard her upstairs. She said, "Papa." She called me Papa. She said, "Is that Papa?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm down here." And as soon as we saw each other, man, we just lit up. And for the next hour or so, that's all we did was just play with each other. She catching me up on the stuff she done. I'm talking to her, she talking to me, and we playing with her toys. And she, chasing me, Papa. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna chase you. Then I chase her. So it's all about that fun. All that. So I knew that we were gonna have Free Fun Friday today, and just chat, chit chat a little bit, chop it up, listen to a little jazz music, have our favorite beverage of choice, But I wasn't feeling good at all today. I was just like, I was on that roller coaster ride, man. Stomach was hurting, head was hurting, headache. And I took, because I don't like, even though I do have adult beverages, I tend to shy away from the heavy stuff because once upon a time I could hang with the best of them, but I choose not to partake in heavy alcoholic beverages only on vacation. Now on vacation I get it in, but I had this medical condition called atrial fibrillation, AFib for short. And when that AFib kicked in, this is about 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, it changed my whole perspective. And, and the person that I was then, I didn't really like that person either because, anyway, I didn't like that person. And so I did a 180 Yes, a 180, not a 360, because you do a 360, it's just a circle. I did a 180 and I made that change. So I cut back on my alcohol intake, and even now, like if I do have a drink, like right now, it's more of a seltzer, than the heavy stuff. And that's enough for me. You know, I used to smoke. I was bad. I used to smoke, not the sticky stuff. I used to smoke cigarettes. That was the worst thing. I told my kids, I said, I don't care how good or how bad I am. The one thing that I don't want you guys to ever pick up is that cancer stick. Okay. And there's a reason why, because like I say, I was an athlete. I'm still, in my mind, I am an athlete, because that'll never go away. But the things that I used to be able to do, I used to be able to dunk, two hand, backwards, 360s, all that. I can't even go to the mailbox now if I'm being out of breath. Now, is that partially from being out of shape? Yes, but mostly because of my lungs. I abused them. But, luckily, knock wood, I haven't smoked a cigarette in over, this is 25. I smoked my last cigarette in 14. I want to say 14 or 15. So that's 10 years. Okay. I haven't smoked a cigarette in 10 years. Don't miss it. I don't even like the smell of it. It stinks. It does. So like I say, so I told my kids, I said, look, you guys can you guys know right from wrong, but the one thing that I implore you guys, don't ever pick up that cancer stick. Okay. Now, the reason why I also kind of harp on that a little bit is because I recently lost a friend due to cancer. You see, I'm still working on the video. The actual video was done that I did for the controversial video for everybody for after the watch. I got a controversial video. It's going to be titled "Probably Make a Run for the Border." So that's going to give you a little hint of what I'm gonna be talking about, because I seen it. After the watch is about my military experience, but during that time, I put a special shout out to a dear friend of mine at the end, because he recently has passed from cancer. You see, and we grew up. We talking about from the 10th grade until December 4th. Yeah. I still get emotional about it. That was my dude. That was my best friend. One of my best friends. And but he's gone because of that. So, luckily I was able to put that cigarettes down. And unfortunately, I think he was still, partaking, so you're talking about a long time. Your body tells you when enough is enough for everything. Alcohol, because my body was telling me then, that A-field. Hey man, we can't take no more of this. You need to slow down. Stay in tune. Be in tune with your body. Your body gives you those clues, those subtle clues to let you know, hey, either cut it out or I'm gonna shut it down for you. And so that's one of the reasons why I do what I do now. Like I say, I don't smoke. I rarely drink. And if I do have a beverage of my choice, it's more of a seltzer, like the lemonades, the Bahama Mamas, with 5%, 2%, alcohol content or whatever. So it's not very strong at all. But and even then, like if you drink enough of them, then yeah, you'll be right where the hard alcohol will take you at. So I have maybe one, and I don't even, not during the week. Talking about Free Fun Friday. Maybe Saturday or maybe Sunday, because I do watch college football, even though my Tar Heels kind of, I don't know. I don't even want to talk about them because we ain't even gonna talk about the Tar Heels. We just leave that alone, you see. But Sunday my Pittsburgh Steelers be playing, and I may have a beverage, but it all depends on what my schedule's like. If I got an early ride, then I can't obviously partake the night before, so on and so forth. So that's how that goes. Leave it. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is Free Fun Friday. This is for everybody. So leave a question or a remark or a statement, and I'll read it out to you, and then we can correspond that way, have a conversation. Just like I said last Friday when I started Free Fun Friday back up again. Yes, I know that, if you can look on the chat and see that there's not a lot of people on. This is true, but guess what? I don't see it that way. Within time, people are going to pick up on it and start paying attention because it's good stuff. We have a good time. Like after the watch, I had 0 viewers while live. Now I got 2. Yeah. Now people will snicker and laugh at that. 2? Yeah, 2. That means I am interesting enough for 2 people to tune in. And I love that. Maybe to get to 2,000, 1,500. But I've only been doing it for 1 year. Okay, so kudos. And thanks for you guys for tuning in. See, I'm used to having the camera up here on the monitor. So if y'all see me look up, it's just by muscle memory. But I adjusted the camera view to match my laptop view. So both are straight ahead right now. So I like this view better. I think it's better because now I can look at the monitor and see what's going on and see if anybody leaves. Because I do wear glasses for a reason. So y'all don't want me to be doing like that trying to read, but I can look at the monitor and read clearly. Okay. So leave a comment, thumb up. Let me know if you liking, the way everything is going now, or not. It's not a big deal, but we got a lot of good information to share with you guys. I shared it last week also. I don't know, if people actually watched it or not. I have a Facebook page as well. It's called Ready4AllTravel. Okay. I don't have a Facebook page for After the Watch just yet because I'm debating on if I should start one or not. But right now I do have one for Ready4AllTravel. And that's why I kind of post it's Ready4AllTravel on Facebook. I went live a couple times on there, and I'm gonna start going live again on Facebook as well because a lot of people don't like YouTube. They're like, man, I don't really want to like watching YouTubes and stuff like that, blah, blah. But everybody got a Facebook page. I don't care who it is. They have a Facebook page. So I'll probably start going live there, but I won't be able to go live simultaneously unless I create a new After the Watch Facebook. Okay. So like I was telling everybody, what I'm gonna start doing is instead of doing the AI generated news, I got positive and negative feedback towards that, because it's a lot of great information, but it's only one person, that's me. So I utilize the AIs so they will disseminate the information, but it's all coming from me, from my research. But it would free up my time so I could do other things because I was talking about a lot of stuff that's happening in the military right now. But come to find out, like it's easy to post on YouTube, but I also have TikTok and other social media channels where they kind of frown upon that. So they was blocking a lot of my stuff over there. So I said, well, let me take a step back, reevaluate and see how I'm gonna disseminate that information, And, because like I say, it's only one of me and I'm doing a lot of stuff. So I need to take a break from time to time. But I was able to download all of the information from the cruise that we just got back off on from vacation. And that's for the travel people. So I will be posting that soon and letting you guys enjoy that. And I'm done with the controversial video. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to go live tonight also, to let you guys know that video, even though it's very controversial, that video is one of the best videos that I've ever done. And the reason why I say that is because if you go back to my previous videos, they're all fun and informational and people are laughing and jokes and stuff like that. And it's good stuff talking about After the Watch, my military career. But this one happened back in like 1990. It was my first trip into San Diego. So it was like 93. It was before the OJ, man. When I get to that video and tell you guys about that OJ, that's going to be in the membership. So we got to get our numbers up and I'll tell you about that one. But this is during the same time before the OJ thing, because I think OJ was in 94, the Bronco chase. this is 90 or 95, I can't remember. But this make a run for the border, it is controversial to the fact of what's going on today with ICE. Just to let you know and put it in perspective that even though all of this stuff is going on now, it was happening then. So this is not like something new. It's I'm not gonna call it an epidemic. It's an issue. It's an issue that's been plaguing both sides of the border for a very long time. Okay. That's the best way I can say it without getting, shadow banned and all of that stuff like that. It's something that I actually witnessed firsthand. And when I tell you this story, man, you guys are gonna be like, because that's how I was. I was like, oh my God. It was scary. Okay, so it's like that nervous excitement because you don't know what's gonna happen next. Am I getting ready to watch someone get unalived? Am I gonna watch, you know, brutal beatings like from the 1960s with the civil rights movement? Am I getting ready to witness something like that? So it's like, what in the world going on? And then, it's crowd. Trust me, you guys are gonna be like, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be real good. Now, mind you, I'm telling it from a perspective of a 21, 22-year-old. Okay, not from older me. Okay, so don't think that I think that way now versus then. Okay, that's from a 22-year-old perspective. All right, so you're gonna watch it. It's gonna make you laugh. It's gonna make you angry. It's gonna make you cry. Some people gonna talk negative, but I want you to leave a comment on how you truly feel about the video. Okay, that's the controversial one that I've been telling everybody. But so if you go back to my previous after watch videos, I talk about this moment from the very first time when I started talking about my Navy's journey. This is the controversial one. There's several more controversials, but this is the first one. Okay. And then the very last one, because I wanted to do my first, I was in San Diego for almost a year, but so much stuff happened, I couldn't possibly name every single thing. Like Tuesday, this happened. Wednesday, that happened. Thursday, that happened. I had to break it down to the most memorable situations that occurred after the watch, when I got off watch, Liberty Call. Okay. So I was able to narrow it down to a 4-part mini story series, 4 parts. And this is the third one, which is the controversial one. The next one after that, number 4, I literally have to take time and get the energy to tell that one because it's it's so nasty. It's so much nasty. It is so nasty. I mean, disgusting. Oh my God. Oh my God. Make you want to throw up a little bit in your mouth. That's just how bad it was. And this happened to TJ. But okay, let me take a step back. I'm gonna give you just this tidbit of the next video. Okay. There's excitement, curiosity, disgusting, informative, and what's the 5th one? It's more like we almost got arrested. Okay, I just say it like that. We almost got arrested, and don't nobody want to get arrested in Mexico. Nobody. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Okay, so I just say it like that. So I'm not going to spoil it. I'm just giving you a little teaser. Okay, that the one that after I post the controversial one, like, share, and subscribe. That 4th one coming up, boy. And then I had, it's crazy. It is crazy, So And this is just my first experience in San Diego, in California. Okay, because after that, we're going to fly all the way to Maine because that was my next duty station. I had to go to Maine, and that was like one or two things that were really three. I just thought about the other one that happened while up in Maine, which I saw. It was interesting. Another time I almost lost my life. I almost became unalived. But Maine was fun and interesting, but we'll discuss that once we get down to that section of the story. And then after that, that's when, we start our journey out at sea. Okay. So like I said, we got a lot of good information, a lot of good stuff about After the Watch to share with you guys. And we also have a lot of Ready for All Travel stuff to talk about as well. A lot of people now are starting to become more comfortable with traveling again, considering what's going on in 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. And so I'm starting to get a lot of buzz. People, after they watch my videos, they're asking questions about traveling again. So I got a lot of good information to share with you guys as far as I talked to you guys before about the cookie cutter stuff. I may do a little bit of it. I've been thinking about it, and put it in a different perspective. I don't like it because everybody's doing this like copy and paste. And it's like it doesn't even really give to the good one-on-one informative information that you need to know. I could easily say pack a toothbrush, put it in your suitcase, don't forget your shower shoes and stuff like that. But I want to give you a more in-depth reason why you should pack this or why you shouldn't pack that. So I'm gonna try to stay away from the cookie cutter stuff, like because you can type in what to bring on a cruise, and you get 900 people holding their hand like this, pointing in the air like that, doing stuff like this. It's not me. It's not authentic. Does they get a lot of viewers? Yeah, they get 1,000 people to click on it because why? Cookie cutter. But then you look at me, I'm in a tie-dye, and I'm saying, ask me the question, and I'm going to answer it one-on-one. I'm going to give it to you one-on-one. This is what we do. This is what we pack. This is why we pack it. I could easily do the same thing, but I would rather talk directly with Fred or directly with Thelma or directly with Janice or directly with Rebecca. I would rather be more one-on-one. Ask me a personal question, and I answer it that way, versus it's corny. It's so corny to me. Okay, for you millennials and stuff, corny means whack. Okay, so also for Gen Zers, whack means stupid. Okay, now for your other generations after us, stupid means stupid. Okay, that's how I feel. I'm always feel that way. Yeah, I'm stuck in my ways like that. Okay, so will I do it? Yeah, maybe once or twice. Will I continuously do it? No, I'm not. So that's an FYI on my travel people. So when you guys are ready, like I said, I got a couple of people that's ready to start traveling again. And I'm going to start putting together their travel package probably early next week so I can get them together, get them organized, situated. Because it's basically now I'm at the point with those two individuals is actually finding their time when they want to go, And I break it down to you. How it works is when you're ready to actually travel, I'm going to send you over a basic questionnaire information sheet. What's your budget? When do you want to go? Where do you want to go? You see, make sure you got all the proper travel documents, stuff like that. And once you send that information back to me, so the first information part is going to be basically that questionnaire, and once I get that back, then I can start looking. And then once I start looking, I'll give you a call or shoot you an email or shoot you a text, however you prefer to communicate. And once, we narrow it down a little bit, then I can go ahead and start processing certain, itineraries, putting it together for you, send it over to you for confirmation. Once you say, yes, this is what I want to do, this is the time frame, this is my budget, everything looks fine, then I request the deposit. Okay, give me this right here. We can hold it because once we get the ball rolling on that aspect, you can realistically hold, like, let's say a cruise, 24 hours, before, you got to put a deposit on it. You see, so I can hold it for about 24 hours or so. You give me the money, put it down put it down for the deposit. Then you can either make payments or pay it all at one time. You get the information, you get all your itinerary stuff together in a nice little neat package via email, and you're off and running. Simple, well, not that simple, but I'm simplifying it just for this live video purpose, so you guys can understand. That's why I don't like all that cookie cutter stuff. I want you to be intimate with me, not that way. Okay, watch yourself. But I wanted to be more of a one-on-one thing where you guys understand fully how it works, and then we can make that journey together. Okay. And then, like I said before, I'll be able to also share with you guys, let you know this is what we do, this is how we do it. Because to be honest with you, my packing skills is not great. Okay. I'm still overpacking. And then I'll be able to explain to you how we win free cruises. This is our fourth. Actually, we paid for one cruise, and we won 3 free cruises since then. And the next cruise is also paid for because it's another free cruise that we won, which I'll be able to explain to you how you can do that, and how, hopefully you can continue on cruising or vacation. Because I can do everything. Not only cruises, I can also do hotel reservations, Disney, international spots, train, rental cars. I'm going to tell you right now, I have the ability to do airline. I do not do airline. I'm gonna tell you that right now. The reason why, there's my mentor, the one that taught me how to become a travel agent. They said shy away from airline purchases, and I didn't understand why, because I was new, I was raw, and I was like, shoot, I want everybody. I want to try to help everybody do everything. Well, the thing about airlines is so finicky because I'm going to give you this to you guys for free. Like I said, it's Free Fun Friday. If I purchase an airline ticket for you, and let's say you're going to London. Let's say London, okay? If I purchase an airline ticket for you for London and a round trip, and you get over there and it's time for you to come back home, and let's say the airline cancels, you're right there at the desk. But by you purchasing through me, you have to reach out to me so I can go online, schedule you your return flight for the next flight, and continue on without you having to pay extra. You see how that could be a pain, because you all the way in London, 4-5 hours away ahead of time. I'm still in the bed sleep, and you trying to get on this next flight that leaves in 45 minutes. Problems, issues. Now you're mad at me because of something else that happened over there with them, or you missed your flight. But now you're mad at me because I happened to be asleep at the time when you needed me. Make sense? So I don't do airlines. Plain and simple. You book your own airline, but I would make sure your itinerary coincide with whatever flight that you take. All right, make sense? Hopefully it does. All right, I'm not gonna try to repeat that again. If not, rewatch this video and it'll explain it to you in thorough detail over and over and over and over again. All right. All right, guys. So we're 44 minutes and 39 minutes in. Free Fun Friday normally lasts for about an hour, ish. I got, people coming in, people coming out, people giving me thumbs up. That's great. I need you guys to like, share, subscribe. Go back and watch the previous videos. Like I say, I've been doing this for a year. So the first couple batches of video, I'm not going to call them whack. I'm going to say that they was not to the level where they should be. Okay. And then it's all about timing. You get better and better within time. Okay. And so my videos have gotten better. The quality of the videos has gotten better. My editing skills have gotten better. And that's the, trial and error, so I'm continuously learning on that. I'm getting better with that. But like I said before, these next batch of videos, especially for after the watch, make a run for the border, I think is what I'm going to call it. Or I may call it something else because I don't know if they're going to accept it. So I might just say make a run or something of that nature. But the thumbnail should give you guys a clue of what it's going to be about. I spoke briefly about it on this YouTube as well. And then once I finish with make a run, then I'm going to go to the travel side and start editing and posting the travel vacation videos and pictures as well, because that was a lot of fun. Because I literally, this particular time, it wasn't a business trip. I was on finally vacation. So I wasn't recording every minute, every moment of the day. I went live a lot of that time. So if you go watch the lives while on vacation, you can see what I was doing. Now the lives are a little bit grainier because the Wi-Fi connection wasn't that good, but you can still see how much fun it is. I tell people, especially all my travelers, the first question that they ask is, why should I do a cruise? Or I'm afraid of going out to sea. Well, let me explain it to you like this. Imagine being on a floating city out at sea. Okay? The ship is so big, you hardly even feel the ship shifting in the water or whatever. It might be a little bit here, a little bit there. Slight rocks, little rolls, nothing major, nothing bad at all. Like I said, you're having so much fun, you forget that you're out at sea. The promenade, like I said, it's a floating city. Okay, you got about 5,000 people on board the ship. You're having fun. It's like the main deck is like the mall. You got so much stuff going on. Go back and watch the videos. You'll see what I'm talking about. That's the promenade deck. And it's so much fun and excitement going on that you forget that you're out of sea. So if you think you're going to get seasick, they got, pills and patches and stuff like that. But the only way you know that you're out of sea is when you look and see the water. Okay. Another reason why I tend to try to steer people towards cruising is because a cruise on average, okay, hear me closely because I don't want to hit no lip. You said what I'm about to say again, on average, not all the time, because you can find cheaper cruises, you can find more expensive cruises. On average, a cruise costs anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000. Okay, depending on the number of days, number of nights, and where you're going, and the time, because they have specials and sales all the time. The lower you are on the ship, the cheaper it is on the ship, or the cheaper the price is. The higher you go up on the ship as far as staterooms, the more expensive it's going to be. So I've seen people actually do cruises for $500. Okay, I've seen people that do 10 grand. Those are the suites way up there at the top, the VIP areas and stuff like that. So on average, $1,000 to $2,000. It depends on your budget. That's why I send you that questionnaire to figure out what your budget is. But so what I'm saying is that same all-inclusive that you go to a hotel resort, say in Jamaica, okay, that's going to run you about the same amount of money, $1,500, somewhere around there, okay, on average, okay. So you go to that Jamaica resort, all-inclusive, you have a fantastic time. But the only thing is that you had a fantastic time in Jamaica. You see what I'm saying? Now on a cruise ship, same amount of money, you're going to have a fantastic time in Cozumel, Nassau, and Jamaica. You see what I'm talking about? So you're getting 3 vacations for the price of one. Yeah, let that sink in again. For the same price, which is also on the ship, is all inclusive as well. You're getting 3 vacations for the price of one. Okay. Now, something else to keep in mind when you're on a cruise ship is that it's a cashless system. Everything that you do is going to be put on your room card or your key card that goes directly to your account. All right. Good. That's good and bad. Okay. Excuse me, guys. Told you, I think I'm, coming off of a cold or something. The good about that is that you don't have to worry about how much money you have right now. The bad part about it is you don't know how much money you spending right now. So I always tell people now when you're going out, when you deal with that cashless system, you always go to guest services at least once while on the cruise. So if you're on a 6-day cruise, day 3, you should be popping in at guest services to make sure that your account is good. Yes, bring cash, and I'll explain that to you in a second. But yeah, bring cash. That way you can kick it in to whatever. Because I like to leave the ship on nobody nothing. Don't put it on my card. You have to put it just like rent a car. You got to put it on a card, the whole, while you're on vacation. So then at the end of the day, if you haven't paid off your whatever's on your account, then they'll just take it off your credit card. I choose to clear mine out the night before the final ride, the final cruise, so I don't purchase anything else after that. Okay, so it's like it's a cashless system. So if you're taking kids with you, it's very wise to put a limit on their spending. Okay, so if they get like $50 at the arcade or $40 at the arcade, once they hit that number, then that's it, because they, whatever their room number is, 4905, 1502. Okay, click, click. Got some more credit, but you can also purchase tokens and stuff like that, pre-purchase tokens and all kinds of stuff. So that's why I say it's better to be more intimate with your travel agent instead of just using that cookie cutter, because now you got a question, you leave a comment and they don't respond back to you because they got 10,000 people because they clicked on it like this. But if you say, hey, Richard, got a question for you. What about this? Then I can respond back directly to you and say, yes, this is what I would do, or this is what I did, stuff like that. So it's more intimate, more personal, and that's what I want instead of that cookie cutter stuff. Okay. So yeah, there's several advantages and disadvantages to being on a cruise ship, to going cruising versus going to a resort. Now if you're adamant that you don't want to get on a cruise ship, that's fine. Like I said, I got your back. I'll find you a nice, comfortable resort. Matter of fact, one of my Ready riders wanted me to book their vacation package for next year, going to Mexico. No, it's let's go check it out. It's Puerto Maya. No, not Puerto Maya. I forgot the name of it. It's in Dominican Republic. It's in DR. It's oh gosh, I'm drawing a blank right now. Forgive me. It's Puerto Mayara, something like that. Dominican DR. It's in Dominican Republic. It's a resort there. They want to do a vacation there, which yes, I could do that for them. Not a problem. And but the only thing is now they're trying to book the perfect airline flight to get in and get out, because like I told you, I don't do airlines. They want me to do it, but I said, no, ma'am, not doing it. Okay. So with that being said, I got a lot of good things to offer you guys on the travel side. I got a lot of great information to share with you guys after the watch as well. So all of my Ready for All Travel people, tune in to After the Watch. Same page, YouTube, TikTok, etc. Like, share, subscribe. Go there, like, share, subscribe. All of my After the Watch people, go over to Ready for All Travel, like, share, subscribe. And you'll be thoroughly, you gain valuable information and you'll be thoroughly entertained. Okay? Like I said, we're getting bigger, we're getting better, we're having more fun, we're growing. But I need you guys to. I'm gonna bring those three things up every time you look at my face. Like, share, and subscribe. Oh yeah, and getting back to the AIs, the reason why I discontinued doing the AI thing is because of the same fact. People wanted to hear it from me. That's why I kind of figured, instead of hearing it, even though it's my information, they would rather see my face and see me actually saying it versus watching a computer generated character say what I'm gonna say the same thing. They rather hear it from the horse's mouth versus AI generated. And I think people aren't ready for AI just yet. I think people are a little afraid of AI because I can see it because, matter of fact, I was with one of my Reddit writers just the other day, and we was talking about the AI thing, and I was explaining to them. I said, you're talking about, the school system not paying their teachers enough money. You're talking about the school system not paying, not having enough, qualified teachers to actually teach students. You're talking about poor services at restaurants. Well, that's going to be AI in the future. I can literally, because the way I was explaining it, I said I can literally see one AI generated algorithm teacher specializing in the ninth grade teaching the entire state of North Carolina ninth graders. And everybody's on a tablet at home. You learn, you don't, but they can't say that they didn't get the information because it's AI generated. And that AI will be able to individually work with the people. This is in the future. Individually work with the students that are deficient in certain areas because they'll be able to pick up the algorithm of that particular child. I see that happen. I see it coming. Yeah, we've seen videos and movies about this stuff, but I'm talking about in the near future, probably within the next 20, 30, 40 years. And it scares people because everybody the first thing they think about, Terminator. Terminators. Or the Will Smith movie, iRobot. They're gonna change. They're gonna start tripping. Yeah, is it gonna happen? Who knows? But at the same time, we brought it on ourselves. It's the new technology. It's coming, whether we like it or not. So all of this prejudice, and racism and all the other isms, hey, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. But I don't think we're actually ready for it just yet. So that's why people kind of tended to, because I literally watched my numbers decline as they were watching those AI videos. And that kind of showed me, said, hey, maybe people aren't ready for that just yet. I don't know why. You better start embracing it. You better go open up and give it a hug and introduce yourself, because it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Ain't nothing else like Reese say, it's coming down. It's coming. It's coming. Ain't nothing you can do about it. It's coming. It's coming, y'all. So, but for right now, that's why I decided to go ahead and discontinue my AI people. And I had some introduction because I gave them all names and their own personalities, the whole 9 yards. And I made, like I said, I made every now and then, start back with the AIs. But ain't nothing we can do about it. Huh? Look, they have underwater drones, submersibles, submarines that's underwater with no crew on it. Okay? So if you think a driverless car is dangerous, our national defense is about to go autonomous. Yeah. No more soldiers. No more sailors. Yeah. You're gonna have Poindexter. Just like the drones now. So now you got underwater, you're gonna have nuclear powered ships, drones, and guess what? AI robots fighting wars. It's coming. It's coming. So I don't want to scare you, but you might well embrace it. Might well embrace it. So if you tripping about my little AIs for my YouTube videos, stand by. You can use them for good or you can use them for evil. I choose good. I choose to use it to give you guys the great information that I try to disseminate across the masses. And like I said, I may go back to it, but at the same time, imagine the person at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. If the future was now, imagine the person at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue if he had the ability to push a button right now and send 2,000 AI robots to DC because it's a district and not a state. Okay, or 2,000 to Portland, or 2,000 to through the cities of New York. Now you're talking about RoboCops. You see, it's been out. It's coming. It's coming. What? Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. I got family members that think I be tripping when I be talking like this. They be like, something wrong with him. Okay, keep thinking that. Ready for all travel, baby. After the watch, AIs. They coming. We coming. They coming. So, iRobot, Terminators, and RoboCops. They coming. Now, we probably be old, or some of us won't be here when they come. Rest assured, they coming. Now, you heard it first. You heard it here. So when you start seeing the news and the videos about the first autonomous, because they got them there, they can barely stand and they falling over and everything. That's because they ain't finished yet. They ain't finished. They ain't put in that little special it factor, because they trying to. What's really in? I know we're getting on a tangent a little bit, but what I believe is they're purposely trying to do it without putting in that last little bit to make them. I'm not gonna say aware, but they're purposely withholding certain stuff. They know about it, but and this is my conspiracy theory. They're holding back certain little pieces to keep them from being fully independent. I guess that's the best way to say it. Where they don't need us and they become more consciously aware. Yeah, that's why they're falling over right now, because they know they're gonna have to add that little piece. They're gonna have to put that little chip in there if they want it to work the right way. Well, they trying to. That's why the cars catching fire, running through red lights, running past bus signs. The stop signal from school buses, because they can't decipher that right now without that little piece. That little chip. Okay. That's why if you watch the AI videos, they kind of still stuttering and sputtering. But that's the future, ladies and gentlemen. That's the future. They're trying to keep them from not being able to destroy the planet. Well, hell, we done already did that. What? Am I lying? So, hey, it is what it is. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we have actually been on for over an hour now. And like I said, this is what Free Fun Friday is all about. We talk about everything, not just travel related stuff, not just after the watch stuff, man. We talk about AIs. We talk about, popcorn. We talk about, beverages and all kinds of stuff. We have fun. It's about Free Fun Friday. It's about just being able to reflect on everything that transpired throughout the week, kick back a little bit, listen to some jazz music, have a beverage of your choice, eat a dinner, catch a video, catch me live, and it's going to grow. The community is getting bigger, and We're gonna grow this thing, and we're gonna have fun. We're gonna chop it up. We're gonna do a lot of good stuff. All right. So, like I say, bear with me. Stay tuned. Like I say, I still haven't developed a good catchphrase for after the watch. Carry on smartly. That's pretty much what it says now a lot. Carry on smartly. That's the military term. Everybody knows what carry on smartly means. You know, but by after the watch, not after the watch, my Ready for All Travel people know I always end with, and as always, may your path be clear, your sails steady, and your ventures extraordinary. From all of us at Ready for All Travels, you know how we do. We know how we do it. Like I said, we're going to have fun every Friday, Free Fun Friday. 7 o'clock, between 7 and 7:30, we're going to kick it out. We're going to have some fun. We're going to chop it up a little bit. We're going to talk about what's going on, current events, and stuff like that. So like I said before, and as always, may your path be clear, your sail steady, and your ventures extraordinary. Hey, I'm wrapping it up just in time because I know I can hear her voice already. So she's downstairs. My little grandbaby is back. So it's time for us to have some more fun. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your night. One love. Peace. That's what we do.